Right, for NZB and Yabby Dam Farms, Mr. Pat Driscoll joins me. Firstly, Pat, thanks for joining me. Selling 9 horses in the New Zealand sale coming up very shortly, an exciting new frontier, if you like, for Yabby Dam Farms.
Thanks, Paul. Yes, we decided this year to spread our yearlings around from New Zealand, Queensland, Sydney and Melbourne. And I think we've got an excellent draft across at NZB in New Zealand.
It's exciting times. You have got a book in your hand. We will touch on that at the end of it. So hang around to the end of it and we'll get some more information on a couple of these stands. The reason we want to do this, we're going to showcase the video footage that I've been able to gain from both Hollis and Robinson and also Laura Smith. And we'll put the videos over the top of each of these horses and just get some points, if you like, from yourself. But we also want to make sure people understand a couple of the stands, because there's been a couple of people ask me, and not just your knowledge, but you can also back it up with the latest stallion guide from France. So we'll touch on that at the end of it. We will start at Karaka. Now, we've got to remember Karaka is the 15th, which is a Saturday. So please remember that, Saturday the 15th of February. Lot 34, Pat, is the first of yours. The 3 on the North Island, the first 3 are all colts. But this one is by the Love You Stallion Village Majestic out of Muscle and Blues.
Yeah, an outstanding colt by Village Mystic, who's only had, I think, from memory, 3 or 4 Australasian runners, and for 3 winners, including a Group 1, and the other 2 are very good winners in Courmayeur and Mystic Max.
Yep.
So, yeah, and Muscle and Blues purchased her at a dispersal sale in the US, Peretti Farms, which is the famed farm where Muscle Yankee stood for a long time. Bought her as a Yearling, brought her across. She's unraced, unfortunately. This is the 4th foal. The second one is a 2-year-old. Third one's a 2-year-old now. She's the mum of Courage Dior, who we thought was probably our best trotter at the time.
Yeah, he's a lovely horse. Presents beautifully. I did see him. I'm putting the videos over the top, and we haven't got them in front of us, but yeah, presented beautifully at the parade day. The second is another colt by On a Streak, of course, standing now in New Zealand, out of Arbo.
Yes.
Sorry, lot 84 too. Sorry,
yeah.
Pat.
Arbo, the Love You mare out of the Lyle Creek family, an outstanding mare, very fast. We thought a lot of her, and the colts by On a Streak, who's the Breeders' Crown, 2-year-old Breeders' Crown winner, and O'Brien 2-year-old of the year in his 2-year-old year over in North America. So we got high hopes for his progeny. Yeah, and I think whoever purchased that colt will get a very nice, very nice colt.
Yep, and we'll touch on that stallion too at the end of the day. The last of the colts for the North Island. This is lot number 106. FaceTime Bourbon out of Champion Mare Dance Craze, and what a current family this is right at the minute. Yeah,
it's an outstanding family by FaceTime, and as I've said to a few people, I think he's probably the preeminent ready cash son at stud. He was an outstanding racehorse, and he's actually private now out of all the stallions in France, after about 4 of racing age, 4-year-olds, and to the track.
Yep.
So outstanding. La Cucaracha, what more can she say? I think she's had 13 foals for about 10 winners, and there's 3 or 4 of those are group winners, and they just keep on breeding.
That's the biggest part about it. They just continue to get better, which is scary.
Yes, yeah. If you look, I know they don't all fit on the page, but if you look at her daughters and granddaughters, they just keep producing.
Yep.
It's an amazing story.
Yep.
And it's amazing how in the last 10 years it's just developed.
And of course the locomotive the other night, the second fastest mile recorded in Australia, 1:51 and 6, just 1/10 of a second outside Murray Time's Australian record. So he was almost there, and I think one day he will probably pass that.
Yeah, and that's on a 1,000-metre track.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so, an outstanding performance.
Right, we'll go to Christchurch Tuesday the 18th of February, and as I said, there's 6 here, 3 colts, 3 fillies. We'll start with lot number 144. This is another of the Honest Streaks out of good race mare, I'm Set to Go, but a lot of the Kiwis will know her sister probably a little bit better. Yeah,
an outstanding family, the family of Mombay. It's been, well nurtured in New Zealand. That mare's a half to I'm Ready Set, who's done an outstanding job. And again, by On a Streak, who's our He stood here for the first time ever in his career.
Yep.
So we're hopeful that he can do a very good job.
We'll stay with On a Streak because the next one is lot number 161. This is another of the On a Streaks. On a Streak, very similarly bred to Volstead, another stallion that you actually imported and had here, and his success has been outstanding. Similarly bred horses, aren't they, both he and Volstead?
Yeah, if you look at the pedigrees, and where, both by Camtav Hall, both have, Speedy Crown up in their pedigrees. Very, very similar.
This one here, lot 161 is the first of your fillies to go through. La Serena, another lovely mare.
Yeah, out of the Lyle Creek family. I think from memory she's a half to King Kasla, who was a very good horse. And she was a nice horse herself. La Serena, it's her first foal. So, and again by On a Streak.
Lot 171, beautiful colt this by Bird Parker out of Nieta.
Yes, another one out of the famed La Cucaracha family, and Nieta was a bit unfortunate. She was in the same year as Un Ballalure and Dance Craze, so she kept running thirds and fourths in Group 1s to those two mares. But she was a good mare herself, a very good mare. She's only had one foal to the races, and that's already won in Group 1. And that was by Rapid Return, Orlando Vici. This is by Bird Parker, and I think this is an outstanding type from what I've seen. And Bird Parker's done a wonderful job in many parts of the world, and I think he'll do very well in Australasia.
Rapid Return's a chance of winning another Group 1 though, because continues to get better too, which is a little bit of that whole family, that Cucaracha family, isn't it? They get better and better.
Correct, yes. So,
as they go along. Lot 236, this is a filly by Bold Eagle out of Top of the Anvils, a New Zealand mare herself, and a lot of Kiwis will be well and truly aware of this family. Yeah,
the mum was unraced, Dream Vacation mare. She's been a great producer. I think she's produced 5 or 6 winners, and I think, with the Franco-American cross, because it is an American family, I think you'll have an outstanding filly for now, and also for the Broodmore band down the track.
And that's a huge opportunity for people, isn't it, to get this unique French sire,
yes,
but also an established family as well.
Correct, yeah,
and be able to breed for them. Lot 262, On a Streak out of Amor Fraternel, another filly.
Yeah. She's by Repeat Love, a brother to Love You, who's doing, have done a very solid job throughout Europe, and from limited opportunities here has done okay. She is a half to Wilma's Mate, who we all know is an outstanding mare. Amour de Frere, it's a wonderful, wonderful family, and I think again it was by On a Streak, and I think it'll be a very nice filly for someone to purchase.
And then the last is the the second of your On a Streak colts out of Aria, another New Zealand horse. This is lot number 270.
Yes, this is quite unique. Aria was a very good race mare, or race filly and race mare in Australia and New Zealand. And the reason I say it's unique, she won a Breeders' Crown 2-year-old in Australia, and On a Streak is a Breeders' Crown 2-year-old in North America. So I don't know how many colts would actually have that background.
Yeah.
Sort of buy a
Breeders' Crown out of a Breeders' Crown.
Yeah, and one's in Australia, both 2-year-olds, and one's in North America.
Yeah, it might have to be called Breeders' Crown. That'd be a cool name for him. That is lot number 270. Any of these horses, Pat, anyone wants to know anything more about them, they can ring Laura Smith or Hollis and Robertson. The phone numbers, I'll put them underneath there. But the main one I want them to get in touch with is yourself as well, because I mean, this is is what you do. You sell horses, so we want people to be able to get in touch with you. You're happy for people to call you?
Yeah, without a doubt. So any time's not an issue.
Now you've got this book in your hand. It's a 2025 guide. I don't know. I gather that says stallions.
Correct. Yes.
My French is very ordinary, but the stallion guide. Important reading, but you were just showing me there before, especially when you were talking about FaceTime Bourbon, already private bookings, which is just blew your mind away, because you said the oldest would be about 4-year-olds.
Yeah, well, it's around that age. They do start quite young, so 4 or 5. They had 1,500 odd stallions throughout the French. It's a closed stud book, And when Charles Gouchy brought it back to me, which was across at the Prix de Ramerick, and I was flicking through it yesterday, and he's the only one private.
Yep.
And the only one private before that was Ready Cash, his sire.
Yep.
So it argues well. We're just lucky to have his frozen semen down in Australasia.
And so that means you'll still have a full book of horses, but it just means that people can't ring up and book into him. They've already got the mares that they want to send to him, and that's how it'll work.
Yeah, it's a private negotiation.
Yep.
A lot of the others, you know, the price will be,
set.
you know, €5,000, 20, or whatever it is. With FaceTime Bourbon, they have to negotiate.
This is Yabby Dam Farms. Haras the Trotteurs is, of course, the stallion arm of that. I read there, I counted up there before, you've got 6 stallions represented on the South Island, FaceTime Bourbon and Village Mestique. So there's at least 8 stallions from the Haras the Trotteurs band of both fresh and frozen trotters. You must be rapt when you look at that. You know, in New Zealand, you're based here in Ballarat, but in New Zealand, and you've got at least eight of your stallions represented. Actually, there'll be 9 because Tomoko's another one.
Yes.
That are on your books that will be represented. You know, in the NZB sale.
Yeah, we tried to make it that if they're available here, they're available in New Zealand, and sometimes it doesn't happen for you know, logistics.
Yep.
But yeah, generally, if they're available here, they're available in New Zealand, and it's it's we see it as one market, you know, from a breeding perspective.
Yep.
So
I think we all have to.
Yeah, more than happy to operate in both countries.
All these horses are HDT Classic eligible, and if the New Zealanders aren't aware, it's actually equal richest 2-year-old trotting race in Australia next year. So that's an important incentive, $75,000. So we want to make sure that they're aware of that. Plus they are New Zealand sire stakes eligible and Vicbred sire stakes eligible, plus a couple of the others as well along the way as well.
And some of them in New South Wales Challenge eligible as well.
Yeah.
So with the HDT Classic, that's $75,000 for colts and for fillies.
Yep.
And it's only available to the HDT side progeny for that particular year.
Yep, and it's very important for the New Zealanders to be aware of that. That'll be ran at Menangle. So
Correct.
Wondering
There's no date at the moment, and there is a small acceptance fee if you like, but that's all the details are in the guide.
Pat, thank you very much. Well done to Logan Hollis and Shane Robinson, and as well Laura Smith and her family and all of her staff. I've been fortunate enough to have been over there the last 2 weeks, seen them parade, see them being prepared. They've done an outstanding job. As I said, the sale starts on February 15th, which is a Saturday. Parade is the day before, so that is on the Friday, and then we go to Christchurch on the 18th. Monday, the 17th, is an inspection day, and having seen so many people at the parade farm tours on Canterbury, they're going to be very busy, so we want to make sure people get there plenty of time at Christchurch and make sure they get around and have a look at all these horses as well. Yeah,
there's an outstanding offering, across the board.
Yeah.
And I think, what HRNZ are doing at the moment is fantastic.
Of course, next generation too. I forgot that quite a few of your stallions are next gen eligible as well. So yeah, I do apologise for that one. I'm not sure on them all, so I won't rattle them off. But I know there's quite a few of them are eligible.
Yeah, there's just one of a lot of initiatives currently by HRNZ. So hats off to them.
Pat, thank you very much. You will be over there, so if people don't want to ring you, but they want to see you, you're more than approachable. Come and find out about their stallions. If you have a query, come and talk to them, because it's not just out of the book. You love it, you breathe it. So you can actually rattle off and explain to people how certain crosses work. Yes,
or to the best of my knowledge anyway. So I'll be across there on the Thursday and then straight down to Christchurch after the Auckland sale.
On Sunday. Mate, thank you very much. Good luck, but I'll see you over there as well.
Thank you, Paul. Cheers.